parties and things, and used to use the siphon bottle. Or also, if you watch things like, you know, the Three Stooges and all, you always see them with the siphon bottle. A lady who really knows all about it is our next guest. Her name is Freda Silver, and she is president of a corporation called the Seltzer Sisters. That's hard to say. How old is the bottle that we're looking at right now?
This bottle is probably about between 65 and 70 years old.
Okay. And you own how many of them?
We right now own about 21,000 antique seltzer bottles.
I'm amazed that there are that many in existence. And what do you do with them?
Well, we deliver this to the home.
So I could really have a 40, 80-year-old...
For $1.25, we bring you a 6 case of seltzer water, which is $7.50. The water has absolutely no salt, no chlorine, no fluoride. It's 3 times more carbonated than anything else in the market. Wonderful for your digestive system. Okay, bring up all the natural gases. We're right now working on a diet book. We'll help you diet, lose weight, because you drink a half a glass of seltzer before you eat and a half a glass of seltzer after you eat. We'll help you digest your food twice as fast.
Now, you were telling me something fascinating about the bottles and the Second World War.
Well, the last bottles, okay, there used to be, just before the turn of the century, there used to be 100 seltzer companies just alone in the Bay Area. Shafter and Belfast both were seltzer companies. But then after World War II, when Hitler killed all the Jewish people that were blowing these bottles in Czechoslovakia, there was nobody left to put back into the bottling companies. So, like Shafter and Belfast, they diversified and they went into soda water. And that's when soda came about, and the cans and the bottles. So the bottles got tossed aside and the heads got melted off for the war effort, too.
Now, what's the difference between soda and seltzer? You made a distinct
The
difference
between
there.
soda and seltzer is high purified carbonated water without salt, chlorine, fluoride, or any sweetener in it. Products out in the market like New York Seltzer is 130 calories of fructose. That's not really seltzer water. That's soda.
All right. Now, you're saying that these bottles, and I noticed that they're quite thick, and they're all individual, and they were blown before the war, and they can take the pressure and all. Yet I was in, I think it was, I forget, it was Lucky's or someplace the other night, and there were some plastic bottles with this nozzle type thing, but hanging on the side, so obviously you...
Yes, there's another company.
What is all that about?
Well, they have imitated. We've been in business for 5 years. We deliver all over the Bay Area, even up to Napa, Sonoma, Marin, the East Bay, and so forth. And people have been reading a lot about us. This month we're in Inc. magazine, and finally a big competitor, I shouldn't say competitor, but a water company came out with a plastic siphon bottle. It's not as bubbly as we are, and it doesn't hold the carbonation as we are, and we have no salt, chlorine, and fluoride. I've tasted the difference. You can compare and do a taste test yourself and see.
Now, just before the war, maybe it was just after, I'm a little hazy there was a product that came out that had a little capsule about that long of, I guess it was carbon dioxide or something. Is that a different
Okay, those are cartridge bottles, and now they're coming back, and you can go into your department stores and find them too. They're a CO2 cartridge that screw onto the bottle, and then you fill the bottle up with water, and if you use your own tap water, and if you don't purify it, it's just plain tap water. And you screw the container in and you shake the bottle at the same time, and you just hope that the cartridge works and doesn't explode in your face.
You're not giving me any confidence. All right. Now, we were talking a little earlier in the program about driving under the influence of alcohol and what could be done on New Year's Eve, and you were telling me that you're actually putting together large parties that are non-alcoholic by using seltzer and fruit juices and things like that.
We do a lot of corporate non-alcoholic Christmas parties or holiday parties or birthday parties, where we make the famous drink called the New York Egg Cream.
All right, let's see that.
And you can have a lot of fun doing that. We use a famous syrup called Fox's You Bet. It's been around for over 100 years, and Mrs. Fox's great-granddaughter on it. And what we do, the only reason why you have to use Fox's You Bet, because it's a very thick chocolate
I was just going to say, it comes out very thick. Now, this is chocolate?
Now, Hershey's will not work, believe it or not. And then you can use half and half or milk. It doesn't work with low fat, and you put equal amount in.
Now, we said no alcohol. We did not say no calories.
It's very true. And then you can add to the side, you hit the seltzer to the side of the glass.
I noticed that you did that,
because there's 130 pounds of pure pressure in this. And this is a very famous drink that was invented in 1904, okay, the same year the hot dog was invented at the Seattle World's Fair. St. Louis World's Fair, I should say. Excuse me. Now, you'll notice there's a white head, and you're going to see 3 layers appear. You drink all through the 3 layers. It's like a cold cappuccino. It's quite good, and it's a very good drink.
Well, it looks great.
Now, it doesn't have any egg in it, and many years ago, they used to put a raw egg in for children who didn't eat a lot, so they would disguise the taste in a sweet. Now, try this. Now, you can see there's 3 layers.
Yes. Yes, that is. That's very nice.
Isn't that good?
Very refreshing.
Now, you can get exotic, and we can add different types of syrups. We carry a brand of very wonderful natural syrups, and this is called Vidren. There's 5 pounds of fresh fruit in each bottle, and they can purchase this in department stores, too. We recently opened up a self-assisted sweet shop in Fashion Island just for the holidays, and we'll be there till January 15th. So come on in, and we'll make you a free drink.
Now, where do you find bottles like that?
All over
where
the
do you
United
find
States.
21,000 bottles.
Well, we were in Star Magazine in last month, and a lot of people who have had seltzer bottles have called me up and said to me, they have some bottles, would you be interested in purchasing some? I've got some calls from New Jersey, Connecticut, and found out also that there were 10 seltzer companies in Hawaii. Now, that was really remarkable. Now, you had a little bit of this natural cassis, and now we made you a cassis chocolate egg cream, what we call the California gourmet egg cream. Now, we service a lot of restaurants, too, like Jeremiah Towers uses a lot of our seltzer water in his omelets, soufflés, cream gravies, cream soups.
Oh, you mean for cooking?
Wonderful
I would
for
never
cooking.
have thought of that.
It holds the heat in as well as it holds the cold in. So if you add a spritz of seltzer water to, like, scrambled eggs, the eggs will fluff up and the heat will stay in 3 times longer.
That's wild. I gotta try that one.
We have a lot of fun with seltzer. There are many good uses for seltzer water.
Now, the water that is in the bottle, is it just water, or is
Well,
it mineral water, or what?
Okay, it's the regular tap water that we get, okay, from the Hahetchi, which comes from Yosemite, but we put it through a very heavy filter system. We put it through a 5-micron filter, a 1 polishing filter system. We use an ultraviolet light. We take out all the salt, the chlorine, the fluoride, and any bacteria in the water, and you can taste the difference by just tasting this water.
Now, how does it get what I call fizzy?
We use a 1910 carbonating machine from an early
Actually
the actual
built 1910. Good Lord.
And we fill up one of the containers with dry ice, and we release the gas very carefully, and we use the dry ice, so the old-fashioned way has a different taste to it. And we mix it into the machine with the water, and since this can hold, it's a whole very thick bottle,
Yeah,
and it
I'm
has a
amazed
silver
at how
and
thick
pewter
those
top
bottles
to
are.
it, it will hold the carbonation. We find bottles that are 90 years old that still have carbonated water in it. So if I just use this half a bottle, took it out and let it get warm, and then put it back in the refrigerator and let it get cold again, this bottle will be as carbonated from the first drop to the last. You can even hear the bubbles. I'm putting it over here to hear the bubbles. But it's fun, and it's healthy.
Well, the other thing I'm fascinated by, not only the whole idea of the seltzer and what have you, but the idea that there's always another business, another job that somebody never thought of that's there. How did you, who thought this up in the first place?
Well,
The idea,
I
who would
grew up-
collect the bottles, you know?
I grew up with seltzer water all my life. We've had seltzer since I was a little girl. Coming to California, there was none. And I met a gentleman who had bought out a company, and he started a seltzer business and asked me if I'd like to rep the business. And my partner and I started a business in San Francisco, and then he came down with an illness, and he had to get out, and we formed it into a corporation, and now we own the business 2
But
years
who
ago.
would ever thought that you could have brought something back from the 20s and be as successful as you are with it? I think that's great.
Well, we have a lot of fun,
Yeah.
and we hear a lot of stories, and we make a lot of people happy, and we make a lot of people healthy. They recommend our water in Children's Hospital for the obesity clinic. They recommend our water for pregnant women because there is no salt and will help you digest your food, get indigestion.
So when you go back and you watch the old Stooges comics and what have you, and you see them with the siphon bottle still is around. I think that's great. Laura, why don't you come in and try some of this? This is tremendous.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do
Yes, why don't
exactly
you?
that.
Why don't you do
I
that?
really
I'll let you
hard
get
to-
in. Like, why don't you go on
Okay, I
with
can
it?
make you
This is-
a fresh raspberry soda.
Okay,
which
that
you'll
was good.
enjoy.
All right.
They use very little of this natural syrup. It goes a long way. See,
But it's extremely refreshing. I think somebody who has not tasted it wouldn't realize how
Completely
clean and
different.
fresh it is.
It's absolutely
Because we're so
different.
used to
carbonated.
the bottle stuff that has sugars and this, that, and the other things
you
in it.
should know what you're drinking, and you should know what your children are drinking. If you can get your children to drink this water by itself or add a little bit of fruit juice to it, so you dilute the juices, which is good.
Yeah, and also what I like is the idea when you say that when you actually sent these bottles to people's
Oh,
houses.
yes. For $20 a month, you can get 12 bottles.
Yeah, but
delivered
you have
to your
also
home.
the antique, almost the antique
We bring a lot of
containers.
good things. We carry not just seltzer water, we carry natural syrup, sugar syrups, potato knishes, rugelach, sour garlic pickles, a lot of New York delights. But we carry a line of products called the Best in the West, and they're fresh, and they're delivered to you.
All right, and this, if you want more information on this, you can phone the Seltzer Sisters. That's hard to say. They're at 867 K9 Avenue, Redwood City, California, or you can phone them at 369-4888. I'll bet kids love that.
Oh, kids love that. And this is the old-fashioned ice cream sodas. You can make the best ice cream soda with this.
Okay, we're...
Okay, well, this is just going to be to all of you
And for
a very, very happy
and healthy
New Year.
healthy,
Are you going to have yours?
healthy New
Of
Year,
course.
non-alcoholic. Okay, come back and join us next week, same time, same place. We'll be waiting for
Next
you.
year.
Next year. I don't believe it.
1988.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Hi.